If you needed a reminder that this isn't for kids, this is fucking ridiculous. Where did you get this?
I got it at the Museum of Sex in the city.
You've been there?
Hmm.
I've been wanting to go there forever. I'm serious because I saw that like pictures where they had like a ball pit of tit balloons or something.
They had so many fun games to play. Like they had like a whole spiel of stuff. They had a game. I brought Paul for his birthday 2 years ago, and they had a game. It
Oh
was like
shit.
how passionately you make out, and then like however it like read the meter, like read as you were doing it, and
Yeah.
like you got a prize afterwards. I won't say what the prize was, but
Oh my god. Was it the cum rag?
it was not. It was a toy.
Really?
Right.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it was real good.
I never oh my god. Is this how we really want to start this? I guess so. Let's talk about some sex toys.
Let's do it.
No, listen, I was never I always had this idea that by using sex toys, it was like you were training your body to never achieve orgasm unless it was given that much attention and stamina at
I've
once.
heard that so many
Right?
times.
Or it's kind of like taking ecstasy and then having sex, right? It's like you'll never be able to achieve that type of orgasm normally. So, like, why would you want to do that to yourself? On the other hand, I've never taken ecstasy. So I don't know if that's like a thing, but I just hear
Neither
that.
have I. Comment down below if you've taken ecstasy and
Comment down
this happened.
below and welcome to the B episode.
Welcome to the B Babs radio station.
B for Babs. B for Babs Label Society.
Babs Label Society.
I like it.
How do you think Zach Wilde would feel about that?
Honestly, he's a Babs. I think he would like it.
He is a Babs.
He is like certified Babs. Like, have you seen that hair? I have a thing for dudes that have like the lion mane, like hairdos, and I want to know what conditioner he uses.
I have a thing for men with lion mane hairdos.
Oh, here she goes. Wait, how long are we in? What, a minute 25 seconds? There you go.
Approximately.
I approximately girl power. I didn't know how to follow up with that.
That's right. The show's brought to you by Mr. Uncle Fester.
Oh my god, she really thinks that she looks like Uncle Fester right now. Listen, wait, no, hold on. Take your glasses off for a second because I want everyone to see your fucking lashes. This girl, I told her, I'm like, if you cut your hair short,
Not that anyone could
mm,
really tell because
like
of the
big.
lighting.
Oh, I know. Well, it's fine. You look at her selfies. She looks fucking amazing. I could never pull off a short haircut like that. I don't think personally. I think I would look like Uncle Fester.
You would not look like Uncle Fester.
No, I want them to get like the full effect. It's like, look at the haircut, look at the lashes. Let me gas up my babs.
Thanks, Babs. You're good looking real Babs you like today, too.
Oh, really, babs? Thanks, babs.
Do you curl your hair like that, or does it naturally like fall like that?
No, I wish. Okay,
Cause you got
I
like the Farrah Fawcett going on.
I did a little modernized Farrah Fawcett. No, I have the dry bar straightener, but it has like the rounded edges, so you're able to turn it like that
I've
in
seen people do
circles.
like curls with that. I'm like, I mean, I could probably do it if I tried hard enough, but at the same time, I feel like I'm inadequate to
Inadequate.
do something like
Well,
that.
I don't know. With the straightener that you got, let me tell you something. I'm sitting, okay, TMI, but like whatever. I'm on her bowl, right? I'm taking a little tinkle, and I look over on the dryer and I see this flat iron that is in half. Looks like it's about 20 years old. And I'm just thinking, like, I think it's time. I think it's time for a new straightener.
I think so.
No, I think, could you use one? Because if so, I'll get you one for Valentine's Day. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, we're getting Valentine's Day gifts for each
We
other.
absolutely fucking can.
I know what I'm getting you.
Oh no. I'm immediately frightened. We were just talking about sex toys, so I don't know.
It's not a sex toy.
Thank
But
you.
that's amazing that we
I
could kind of like put it into the category as you thinking it was a sex toy. Because when you see what it is, you're gonna be like, "That was not a sex toy.
oh my god.
That was not."
No, I think that when it comes to things like that, it's like I should choose. We should choose the things that we want near us in that way.
Or we can make it
Near
interesting and
us,
have our
in us.
viewers pick.
Pick each other what we're getting each other
Yeah, and then we'll exchange them on air.
oh my god. Okay. Okay, so DM us like privately and like we won't tell each other. Because I already have some ideas. Obviously, I thought about getting her a straightener, but like you're probably getting that anyway. But what should we get
Oh,
each
I'm still
other
gonna
for
get you my
Valentine's
other
Day?
gift, but you know.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they'll come up with, and don't give us no dumb shit answers.
Dumb shit.
Yeah, like
Get her a box of chocolates.
yeah, like that's a dumb shit answer.
It is a dumb shit answer because I'm allergic to chocolate and you can't eat chocolate.
Hold
So
on, you are,
yeah,
but you love chocolate though.
I do.
Well, dark chocolate. So is it just like milk chocolate, white chocolate that like
It's
upsets
certain. I
you?
feel like it's certain types of chocolate. Like
Okay.
it sounds weird, but like Dunkin' Donuts hot chocolate.
Well, Dunkin' is trash.
Trash.
Dunkin' is
See, I
trash.
had a moment where I went back to
Focus.
Dunkin' for a little while. I'm not gonna lie, and I really enjoyed them. And then I got a wake up wrap the other day, and my egg was green,
It's
and it wasn't
disgusting.
Dr. Seuss serving me. So
Listen, I remember back, like, okay, I don't know. I was still living in Howard Beach. So I was definitely under 14. So this is like during like late 90s. And we had Dunkin' Donuts right by my old house. And I remember the donuts used to be fresh. Like
yeah, but like
you know
first
what?
thing in the morning when they're like
But
made at
like
5 a.m.
exactly, but like they were you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I recall like, whenever they would like open like the door, whenever you see it like flip in the background, you would see people in there like working and like making shit. Nowadays, they deliver it the night before and then they're all fucking stale. Like you see the truck out there if you're going for like a late night coffee run,
Do
like
you remember the old school Dunkin' Donuts commercial? Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts.
Dude. No, you know what? Oh, I banged my
Hello,
ear
click
against
clack.
my little. This is not going to be an ASMR episode, but we can make it into an ASMR
We
episode.
are gonna do an ASMR video.
I think that
Soon.
it should correlate. Like we should choose carefully, what artist we should do the ASMR episode for.
W for whisper.
Good, because off the bat, I can't think of any W's that I put on that list. I know that we did.
Look at how creepy my mug looks on camera.
I love it. I love creepy.
That's me after I drink coffee.
I am often teased because I enjoy crazy eyes. I'm serious. It's like I don't know, the Joker, right? Or Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs,
Or crazy eyes from freaking
or
Little Nicky.
fucking John Travolta in Face Off. Which, by the way, oh wait, no, Little Nicky is a whole different, different set of. No, no, I'm talking about villainous Crazy Eyes. Did you just give me a look when I said Travolta? Listen, Travolta used
That
to
was
be.
very random.
No, Travolta was fine as hell back in his day.
Oh yeah, no, he was. I just when I thought of Crazy Eyes, I didn't think of
I
him.
know. No, for some reason I thought no, you know what? Broken Arrow. He plays like a really good nut job. I don't know.
I
I
could see
just from what
that.
I've seen. And but he's the sweetest guy in person. I surprised. Well, I didn't know if it was necessarily a surprise, but when Travolta played Gotti in that movie a couple years ago. Yeah, that was June of 18 it came out. And one of the AMC theaters in the city said that John was going to be there and like do a Q&A after the movie. So my mom and I, like, we get all like dolled up, but my mom especially because John's her favorite. And at the very end, like as soon as the movie and the credits are done, the lights come on, and John and Kelly, R.I.P. Kelly, she comes down
I always
the
forget that.
aisle. I know it happened so. I mean, I don't remember ever hearing anything about her being sick, and she looked
No.
beautiful. She looked wonderful like that night. So I don't know. I feel like there was no way for me to
That's kind
tell
of like what happened with Bowie, and I know we like talked about him for a little bit today because
because it's his birthday.
I
The
don't
hero of heroes,
I don't
as I
want to
had said
cry.
earlier. It's really sad, like
No one knew he
listen,
was really
Bowie.
sick either. That was the point that I was gonna
I
get at
know.
was like they said he had like correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say he had like 6 or 8 heart attacks within a
Holy
year.
shit, that's a lot. That's a lot.
And that last video, Lazarus, I mean, I love him dearly. He was always like an oddly
That
attractive man, but
broke my heart.
he looked so
You could
he
tell.
looked like lost almost. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
you can you
so
can you
horrible.
can tell. It was awful. And, and Bowie inspired like so many people across every genre because he's an icon. He's different. There's nobody like him.
Even in the freaking the last Lidman video for Plants Eins, that could be
Yeah.
watched on Pornhub. Can't you could find it on YouTube, but it's the censored one, it's the boring one.
I don't
um,
know. Oh no, you did send me that, I
he
think.
dressed up as Peter, the guitar player, dressed up as Bowie, and Till dressed up as Gene Simmons.
Really?
They did like a little
Yeah, no. I definitely
homage.
I definitely didn't see it, so I will watch it on Pornhub apparently.
I think all their videos are on Pornhub.
The first one I remember seeing was Pussy, right? That
That's
is
on
is the
porn.
name of the song called Pussy? Yeah, and
That's
then they're just banging a bunch of girls in
that's
the video, and
Rammstein.
oh
But
shit.
still, it's on Pornhub. It's
Okay,
like all
okay.
under the same channel. You know what's funny about that though? They got porn star stunt doubles for that. Plants Eins, they didn't.
Wait, so that wasn't actually them like having sex with the girls in the video?
That was porn stars.
Oh fuck.
That would have been great, right? But
Yeah,
then
that would have been.
that's what I thought was so funny. Like a lot of people were like giving him crap about having a porno, like and making a porno from his music video, and I couldn't help but laugh. But I was like, first of all, they kind of already like did that with Rammstein, but on top of it, like he waited how many years after, at least 10 years after they shot that video to actually be naked and do stuff in the video. He's 57 years old and he's shooting a porno. God bless him.
I don't ever understood. I mean, look, I get it. There's stuff that you can't put on TV, right? But who needs for it to fucking be on TV? MTV doesn't play music videos anymore anyway, so you might as well create the content that you want your fans to digest.
He was smart about it.
And
They posted it the first time they posted it on a German porn website and you had to pay to download it. And I think it was like 10 to 15 bucks to download. And then there was also a second part to it that was like all behind the scenes, like pretty much Till with all the porn stars
oh
for the
my
video,
god.
like him playing with them and doing his business with them and stuff like that, like
B
all
for
backstage.
B
But
for fucking balls, because that man has got quite a set.
see,
Yeah.
as seen in the video.
Oh, it's as seen the video. I can't.
No, you literally like just to warn everybody for the people who don't see it and you haven't seen it or
explicit.
whatever. You see everything. You see him like banging like three different girls, like using like we were talking about the toys before. Him using toys on girls, like everything. Him copping a BJ.
We're gonna pause this video quick so I can watch. I'm just kidding.
Hold on, there will be two parts to this.
Oh man.
No, we can't do that because then you'll be distracted the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, and we can't do that because we were jamming out to our B, one of our B picks today, in the car. It just
He's good to himself.
B for Black Label Society. Black Label. We look like we're about to rob a bank, me and you, with all of this black happening. It's fine.
It happens.
But on the way to her house, I put on. Okay, actually, let me start from the beginning because I only ever listened from to their album Mafia and Forward. And I don't know why I never went back and listened to the other shit. So last week I'm like, you know what? Like there's quite a few albums I put on. What was the name of it you just said before?
Stronger Than Death.
Stronger Than Death. I actually think I like that album better than Mafia. And I know Mafia was that's considered kind of like their real big one or like more like one of the favorites, I guess.
I would say I feel like they really took off for Blessed Hell Ride because Stillborn was played on Fuse and stuff like that. Like
Right,
Suicide
right, okay.
Messiah had was on Mafia.
Well,
so that definitely like was probably like maybe that even could be like considered their jump start. I always personally like 1919 and Turtle.
yeah,
That's
it's
my
a good fucking album. Like, so I couldn't believe that I didn't go back. And here I am, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play this album, and it kicks off with "All for You," and it's just listen. If you guys haven't heard that song,
Well, they will because we're gonna put it in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, that's right.
That's us right now.
That's right. We could do that. No, just that guitar. It's so tight. Like, oh my god, it gives me like when like you grit your your teeth and like scrunch your face together and like you're jamming out. That's what that song does to me. And yeah, so I want to say that it's probably my favorite album I've listened to by them thus far.
It's so good.
But I think the only reason that I listened to Messiah and Messiah, do you hear me? Mafia and On is because well, I saw them 2006, right?
Yeah,
2006
Ozfest.
at Ozfest, and I had gone with her. And this was, I think at this point, I had not no idea who they were. Like I knew who Zach Wild was, but I hadn't listened to their music whatsoever. Black Label, and so we just go up to the as close as we can get to the stage, and they start just jamming. I'm like, how the fuck? And they start playing Suicide Messiah, and I immediately fell in love. And oh man, that was such a good day. Ozfest, so many different bands,
That
so
was that
many.
was an interesting day.
Okay, okay. It was an interesting day. Yeah, I can't say it's like totally a good day because I did get like really badly hurt that day. Fuck you, Disturbed.
Yeah, I got sun poisoning.
Fuck you, Disturbed fans, I should say, because you guys were a little rough.
Yeah, they are rough.
They were rough. They were just so careless. But like when BLS came on, like they had like sprinklers or like hoses or squirting people. Like they were.
It was hot that day.
It was definitely hot. It was like
100 plus easily.
definitely,
Definitely.
definitely.
That's funny.
But it's just the first thing I remember seeing is I had fucking blonde hair doing like windmilling on the stage, and
And
I'm
he
like,
always has the fan in front of him, which I love because he makes him
no,
look like a Calvin Klein model.
I know. I'm like, I don't know if I would call that diva. That's just
Yeah, you could.
all right. It is a little diva. We
He
love
would
you
admit it
so
though.
much,
He would love
Zach.
it though. He
I
would
love
admit
it.
it.
So after seeing that show, I at the time your boyfriend at the time I think was like always playing them. So I think that's how I was exposed to like more of the material. And from what you tell me, because unfortunately that was the only time I saw them live. I don't know why I never ended up catching them. What? What? What's that face for?
No, you just look so serious when you say, I don't know why I didn't catch them.
Because I'm fucking mad at myself right now. I'm
Don't
mad at
be.
myself. No, because I enjoyed the look, all I'm trying to say is from what you tell me,
Well,
from what you tell me,
we're gonna get you on that.
okay, once shows are a thing again, that would
Stop.
be
Listen, talk about it right now.
okay. All right, we won't.
Um,
But what I was gonna say was from what you tell me about your experience at the show, they're amazing, and their fans are some of the most considerate. Like they when I say considerate, they're big tough guys, but they also make sure no fuck shit's going on in GA.
some kid when I saw them in Jersey. I think it was a year or two after that Ozfest. Well, we'll start at the beginning. I met Zach at Slip Disc in Valley Stream. Shout out to Slip Disc. Shout out to Mike and Randy. You guys were the shit. You guys still are the shit, but that record store was like part of my
Mm,
childhood, and we'll get into that in a later episode. But I saw there was advertising that he was going to be doing a signing there. So it was Mother's Day 2005, and I begged and pleaded with my mom. I was like, "This is probably the closest I'm ever going to get to Ozzy. I want to I want to see what this guy's all about." So we went, we met him. He was an absolute sweetheart. My mom flat out looked at him and was like, "I have no idea who you are, but you seem like an awesome guy and probably a great musician." He was like, "Oh, thanks." Like so like nonchalant, like really just like cool down to earth dude. Um so that was awesome. I met him then, and then we saw him at Ozfest, and then after that, I think it was my 18th birthday. Actually, I saw them at Starland Ballroom in Sayreville. That was a lot of fun. Um, it was also kind of sad in a way too. He went to do In This River. He was playing on
aw,
stage, and
yeah.
he started talking about Dime, and all the power went out on the stage, and he started crying. Like as soon as the lights went back on, he was like sitting on stage crying, and he was like, Dime probably thinks I'm like a bitch right now for crying, like talking about him, so I'm just gonna get on with the song. But it was just like
That kills me. That breaks my heart. Listen, Dime. and him were like brothers from what we see or saw of their relationship.
It's like you and me.
It is. That's us right now.
It's literally like male versions of you and me.
Oh my god.
You would be Zach.
I would be Zach. Why? I'm curious. No,
I don't know.
actually, I would be
I
Zach.
feel like I
Never
would be
mind.
Dime. I feel like I would be.
No, you would. You would definitely be Dime.
Get your pull. Oh my god, the fucking Dime Vision DVD. I can't wait to get to D and we'll talk about Dime during Pantera too, but I think we should mention him in D a little bit
Absolutely,
too. But
because
those Dime Vision videos, if you guys haven't seen them and you're a Pantera fan, go on YouTube and check out just type in Dime Vision.
like how blessed are we to have footage that was taken by his hand, you know? I
Not
really
only
love
that, but
that.
his friends. There was one I was watching, I made Paul watch not too long ago on the anniversary of his passing. And he's in a pickup truck and he's doing like burnouts and donuts in front of his house. And he has like a circle, like an O shaped driveway.
Mhm.
And in the center of the O, that's like a patch of grass. So he's going around doing like burnouts throughout like the whole like driveway pretty much. And all of a sudden, like he does it to the point where he like rips one of the tires off
Oh my god.
and he's still going, and it's him and
This
his
is
boy,
wild.
and they're like just they tear up the grass because then they go on the grass with the car with three wheels, and they're just like it looks like they're just like raking the grass. It's just like kicking up, and he's leaning out the window, just going, "Get your pull!" Like
That is you.
it's so good.
That's 100% you.
That would be me. I would love to do
And I
something
would
like
be
that.
the one to carry a fan around with me so my hair blows dramatically as I walk past everyone.
I'm gonna get you one of those little fans to clip onto your phone.
I would love that. Is that a part of my Valentine's Day gift?
Maybe.
Yo, my
Okay,
wait,
I'm gonna order your gift tonight. I can't wait.
I was gonna say you already got me my birthday gift. My birthday's on the 20th. I'll put my cash out below.
Happy birthday to Gail. Phil, if you're listening, we need a
Oh
recording of
my
you singing happy birthday for Sarah Gary.
Oh my god, that would be incredible. That would be like the gift of all gifts. But for
I'll
my
write to him and I'll just send him some corn feed for his chickens and his pigs in exchange. Maybe some
you guys
barrels of
can't
hay.
for those of you that can't see, I literally have my hands over my face. Do you really have to bribe him with corn feed to get him to sing happy birthday to me? A song that is a total of what?
I'll tell him
12
times are hard and
seconds?
it's like the pioneers.
Oh my god. I'll trade you some corn feed for the little Gale melody.
He'll do it.
A Gality.
A Gaily.
Yeah, I like it. You know what she got me for my birthday? It's gonna be so much fun. So
We're gonna try to record this, by the way. We're
we're
gonna
gonna
find out if we
try.
could bring a camera and like record it. Chances are the people are gonna be like, "No, no, you
Can't.
can't do that." But we'll
But my
still take
birthday should be
pictures and post about
celebrated.
it. So
She got me and her tickets to go on the Sopranos tour. It's gonna take you from the Skivats, eh? It's gonna take you from the Manhattan all through Jersey and stop at all the different locations that they filmed,
like Bada Bing.
like the bada bing, bada bing.
That's where I want to go. I want to go to Bada Bing, get some Bada Bings in my face while drinking some Bada Bings.
And you also get to sit at the infamous table that we last see. Oh, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched.
The ending. Whatever happens at the ending, there's a
You get to
restaurant scene. We won't say what happens, but there's a
You just
restaurant.
get
and
to
you get
sit
go
where
there.
Tony sat.
Yeah.
That's pretty vague enough.
That's vague. I think
I
we all
keep
know what
doing-
happens at this point, even if you never watched the show. Everyone fucking was talking about it when
Well,
that happened.
the most
Everybody, but still, we won't spoil it. But
Well, the most that I heard about that finale before actually seeing it was that it was very, across the board. People were like, it's very controversial, and people were like unhappy with it. When I watched it, I understood why people were, but I thought it was fucking brilliant.
oh, it totally was.
I thought it was brilliant because if they didn't do that, people still wouldn't be talking about it in the same way all these years later.
You know, it's funny you say that. They actually brought it back up when they ended Game of Thrones because
Not sponsored by
well, that
DC. I look
I was gonna say,
That's so stupid.
how are you holding your cup? It's like you're praying. People brought up that ending when Game of Thrones ended because of how disappointed people were when Game of Thrones well, how Game of Thrones ended.
Season 8, I don't know her.
It was well, they said it was a toss up between Sopranos and Game of Thrones on which one had a more controversial slash disappointing ending.
Okay, controversial and disappointing to me are two completely different things.
Well, like a lot of people wanted
Disappointing
both.
goes to games, and the other goes to Sopranos.
They
Am
wanted
I
to rewrite the ending of both shows because fans were so pissed. Especially, I remember, especially Game of Thrones. Like they actually like had a petition going saying that George R. R. Martin was gonna come and do it
honestly, look,
because he was like slacking on right. Not that he was slacking on writing. He just happens to take an extremely long time to write things. And when you're a producer of a TV show and you have another episode coming out like the following week, and the guy's like,
yeah.
"Well, I'll wait when my artist block
Honestly,
lightens
yo,
up." You know, it's like they
the
kind of forced it, and we're like, "All right, we're just gonna do this instead and not wait for him." But
listen, those fuckers made so much money. They're not remaking the finale. They're not doing it.
they're not doing
Okay,
it.
it's been how long now?
They'll do a movie, and
I
they'll be like,
actually
"That's it right now."
I worked with somebody that knew people that worked with that crew on Game of Thrones, and so every Monday or whatever, I would come in and he would like he knew how Game of Thrones was going to end, but he wouldn't tell me. But I was like, "Am I going to be disappointed?" And he just said, "Let's just say like they're driving their beamers around. They don't care how it ended." And I'm like, "Oh,
You know, it was so messed up. Kit Harrington did an interview. I forget where it was, um, but he was actually, it might have been the Graham Norton show. He was talking about how um, right before he came back, like onto the show and like was brought back to life or whatever, he got pulled over by a cop for like it was something like speeding or something like that, and the cop said, "I won't give you a ticket if you tell me if you come back on the show, like if you're alive." Like that's what it was. They ended the season where
could
you
you
didn't know if he was
imagine?"
alive or not, and he was like, "I won't give you a ticket if you tell me if you're alive or not on the show." Like the guy was like apparently a diehard fan. So he was like, I had to fucking tell him because I didn't want to get a ticket.
Yo, that is but you see, like, a show like that, those the fans largely that is how invested all of them are. Like, that the level of that
Oh, well,
officer, you know what I
freaking
mean? Like, it like, a story like that really draws you in when it's so, like, layered and you know what I mean? And then so
speaking of
that's why the
which,
ending, I was
freaking
like,
um Jeffrey Dean Morgan was saying when he first got on Walking Dead, he would go out with Norman Reedus to like Starbucks or like restaurants or whatever because they always ride bikes together. And they were somewhere, they were at like I think they were at a Starbucks or something, and this little old lady came up to them, and she looked at Norman Reedus, and she's like, "Oh my God, Daryl, I love you so much. You're so amazing on The Walking Dead." Blah blah blah. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan like looked at her. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's nice to meet you too," or whatever. Like said something to her, and like she turned and looked, and she's like, "I don't give a shit about you. You killed half the people I loved off the show,"
"Oh,
and started
no."
like out. And Norman Reedus was like hysterical laughing, like
I
totally
would
like
laugh
eating it up.
too.
He was like, "Oh, do you want to know where he lives? He actually lives like here," and she like literally
Oh,
like went
shit.
off. Like this lady was like, Jeffrey was like, I was literally like scared. I thought she was gonna beat me with her pocketbook because she just started like flipping out on me, like, "You're a horrible man." All this stuff, like legit, like took the like thought he was really like that in real life or something.
No,
But she was like 80
s
years old.
I'm sorry, but, like, that's definitely a funny story, but then it causes me to reflect on, like, where are these types of people that you actually approach the fucking actor while he's minding his own business just to
Getting a
curt him
Starbucks.
to just getting his fucking Starbucks, and you curse him out because you think that he's his character.
And then there's people
How
like
old are
me who
you?
drive around his hometown trying to see if I could find him at his, the nearest deli.
No, don't give yourself up, Gail.
I mean,
Anyway, back to B.
we'll edit that out. No, okay. Comment down below if you've ever knew where a celebrity lived and tried to see if you could find their house.
Can I just say this?
And not in a creepy way. It's not like even if I did find his house, I just want to make it perfectly clear that even if I did find his house and I had his
Never
actual
enter.
address, I wouldn't even go in his fucking driveway, dude.
No.
I wouldn't
Mm-mm.
even turn around in his driveway. Because knowing my luck, I would go to turn around and he would be like walking out of the house with his kids and
Get
he'd be
off
like,
my lawn.
no, not even. He would, knowing him, he would probably walk up in my car and be like, "Oh, are you okay? Do you need help? Are you lost or something?" Like all nice, and I'd be like, and like have no idea what to say, and he would probably just be like, "Oh, there's something wrong with her."
Oh my god, he probably would.
He'd be like,
Remind me next time
"Maybe she
before
needs help," and he put me in his barn.
you.
That's what
What?
he'll take
I'm
care
gonna
of
come,
me.
I'm gonna come visit Miguel at Babsy Barn.
I like tend to the sheep and like the
Babsy
donkeys and
Noble.
stuff every day.
Oh my
I'd
god.
be a farmer boy.
If you can you host a party so I can
A barn
come?
party.
Yes. Fuck it, because he's gonna have to attend. I'm gonna be like, listen, did you really
No,
hire my
he
friend?
probably wouldn't. It would be me and the animals. You'd show up and I'd be sitting there having a beer
Yo,
and
so
there'd be
what'd you
like,
what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I hung out at JDM's goat. It was fucking dope.
I hung out with Paxton, the donkey. I mean, I don't know
She
the donkey's
knows
name.
the donkey's name. Can you
Anybody who
wait,
follows
hold
him on
on.
Instagram will see Paxton on there, I
Can you
promise.
remind me next time to not highlight this much because I look like I just like highlighter exploded everywhere. Like I'm so glowy right now. I feel like I'm gonna fuck my spaceship is about to land for
What
It's
would you do
fine.
if we had a spaceship? I would go pick up Bowie, that's for damn sure.
I would pick up Bowie. Bowie was actually gonna be my cat's name. It was gonna be Gaston's name. And then like he came home with me and I was like, you're not a Bowie.
No one's gonna get
Slick
demonetized
as
because we're
Gaston.
not singing the song. That's me right now. That's me right now. Still.
Well, Gaston has amazing hair, just like Zach Wilde, except he's animated. So I don't know if he really counts. What do you think? He does have that little Clark Kent curl going at the end of the movie. What do you think?
I literally can't right now.
All right.
Oh, but yeah, I guess we'll go back to Zach because it is the B episode.
Yeah, I know.
Hi guys, reeling back in.
I know. We just go off, but it's fine. I hope that you
It's
guys
fine.
are
You
laughing
guys,
and enjoying it.
they love it. They
Yeah,
don't know it yet, but they love it.
love it.
So yeah, I freaking saw Zach at Starland Ballroom in
Yeah, yeah.
Sayreville,
What
and then
I wanted to hear about the last time, like
the
the
last
most recent time that you met him and how long ago that was, because I wanted to like kind of like was it the release of an album or what was he doing and how long ago was it?
I don't know if it was
Stay
a
tuned.
release of an yeah, literally Jeopardy music cue. Last time I saw him, I believe it was 2018. I want to say it was like around January. I want to say January or February of 18, and I saw him at PlayStation Theater, the Best Buy Theater, whatever theater it's called now.
I think it's PlayStation
I
now.
think it is PlayStation, right? Okay, well, that theater, that one that we've all been to at least once. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure, regardless of what name it was at that given point. Um, I actually had tickets to go see Marilyn Manson at the Paramount, and unfortunately, the last time I had seen him was that show in July. And he was, as much as I love him and no disrespect towards him, he was inebriated on stage, and it kind of seemed like it was a pattern that he
Hmm.
was falling into. Every time I saw somebody that went to go see him, it was either being canceled or rescheduled or something, or he came out on stage and was just all over the freaking place. So I found out it was actually right when he had the stage props fall on him, and
Oh
he was
yeah,
going
I
back
remember that.
to
I remember
LA,
that.
and Twiggy had quit the band. So I was like, all right,
Mm.
I can't really go to this now. Like, Twiggy is like my reasoning for seeing him. I mean, I love him too, and he's a great performer, but
But at that point, you said that he left.
he,
You just
yeah,
said.
he quit the band
Yeah,
because he
so
was just
I
over
can see
everything.
why
Uh,
you did what you did. You
yeah, I was
can
a little like turned off by the situation.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I ended up doing was I returned I got a refund from Ticketmaster. Because they have an option now. Thank God they have an option now where you could like get refunds on your tickets if it's within a certain amount of time before the concert. So I got a refund from them, and I ended up buying 2 tickets and 2 VIP passes for Black Label Society because Paul had never met him. And
Mm.
that like blew me away. I was like, I met him 3 times. I met him at Slip Disc that one time, and then I met him at Sam Ash. I want to say like 2013ish. That was he came out with a book at that point, and
So that was the
his
reason
guitar line.
for the
Well,
meet.
that was for the meet and greet the second time,
Okay.
and then the third time was just a meet and greet before the show. And I think he was coming out with a new album at that point. I think it was the album that had Room of Nightmares on it,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
was
yeah.
just coming out at that point. But he usually does meet and greets at like his shows. He's very down to earth and cool like that. So I said to Paul, I was like, "You never met him. We have to meet him. Like, you have to meet him because he's hysterical. He's originally from Jersey, and he always like hung out in New York. So whether he wants to admit it, I mean, he is a Jersey boy, but
But these are like
these are
it's his
his
stomping grounds, right? I guess is what you're trying to
wholeheartedly.
say. Yeah.
So, he was great though. He was an absolute sweetheart. That show was awesome. He brings such a presence to the stage. It's just like he's so intimidating, but like he's just even like if you were blind and like didn't see him and just could like hear him like singing and playing, he's such an incredible musician. Like I have nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah, I don't think that I've ever heard of like any like quote unquote bad press about him, like
No.
as far as like when it came to fans or like any kind of like stage mishap, like nothing like that. What? What's that? Really? What was there? Was there an occurrence? And
There was an occurrence, but it wasn't like
please
really
expand.
bad press. I don't know if you've ever heard this story, but a friend of mine went to Ozfest. Forget what year it was. It might have been a year before or after we went.
Okay.
And Super Joint Ritual played, and he started playing Walk. Like the band started playing Walk,
Yeah.
and Phil started screaming into the crowd, "Fuck Pantera! Pantera's dead!" And Zach Wilde came out on stage and said, "You better shut the fuck up and get on with your set and play your little songs."
Honestly,
And they started
uh,
fighting at each other.
Phil, I
And
love you, but that shit's warranted. I'm sorry that you deserve that.
well, Zach told everyone to throw shit at Phil, and everybody in the crowd started throwing bottles and like
Well,
not like glass bottles. They're not allowed to have that at shows, but like beer cans and water
I'm sorry.
bottles. At Phil.
That's mad disrespectful. Okay, hold on. So if it was a year before, you're telling there's no way that Phil
Also, it's
said that.
2005.
No, because I'm thinking Dime passed away in 2004. Oh, that's even worse. Like it's almost like I can kind of understand why Phil said that, but it
He was
was
fucked up. He
but
was definitely fucked up.
yeah.
They said he was all
Yeah,
over the place, but
I could
yeah, he
understand.
like said that shit and he thought he was like joking around, and like I guess the band was like joking around and starting to play it, and I don't think
Sorry
he
that
like directly like
it's
meant it,
touchy subject.
but yeah, Zach came out on stage. He said, "You better get the fuck on with your set, otherwise I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you." And that's why I went when we met Phil the first time. I said to
I
him
didn't
that
know
Zach Wilde should
this.
have beat the shit out of you when he had the chance.
Honestly, I had no idea about this, and I think that I might have understood where you were coming from when it came to your
My friend Laura from Nassau?
yes.
She was the one who
Yes.
told me that story because
Oh
she saw my Zach Wilde
shit.
tattoo and she was like, "Wait a second, I know that guy. He's the big guy that came out and tried to beat the shit out of Phil Anselmo on stage." I was like, "Excuse me."
Yo, I'm sorry, but
He was he was at a bad place. Let's leave it. We'll leave it at that. He was
that's
at that's a,
disappointing to hear, but that is in the past. I'm gonna leave it
he's
at that.
definitely. I feel like he's grown. I mean, you love him more than me, and
He's
the fact that I could sit here and say I feel like he's grown as a person since all the boom, all
no,
those like
he
bad
absolutely
instances.
has. I think that it just you know what I can't even argue Zach's actions. I might have done the same thing if I was in his shoes. To be honest with you, like that's just disrespectful. However, yes, I believe that Phil's grown.
He definitely has. Even his, I feel like his voice is gotten better since he's like become sober.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say like the live Down 25th anniversary that we watched, I was blown away by his by Phil's vocals in that one. I was what? She just knows like I'm gonna sit here and like
B for
kiss.
blown.
No, you know what? What?
B for blown away.
You're such an. I can't right now. All right, so that was my pick of the week. What's
I think
yours?
that was a combination pick of the week.
That was a combo. Listen, everything's a combo when it comes to us.
Combo.
My nails aren't. I had to like cut my nails a little bit because you know, like
These
when the
aren't gonna
edges get
last.
like the edges got like a little chippy, so I had to like file them down a little bit. And I'm like, oh, like they're an okay length, but I like when they're longer.
They're pretty. I
Thank
like
you.
them.
Thanks.
My B pick is Black Sabbath.
My pick is B for Big Mouth. Oh.
B for Big Mouth.
How have any of you? Okay, we will definitely go into Black Sabbath, but I've got to know. I got to know. Have you guys seen Big Mouth?
I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that.
Amazing fucking show.
I have to
You
watch it.
you don't. Oh, I thought you like watched it, and didn't like it.
I watched a couple episodes and I was
Me
like,
and my coworkers, we talk like Lola at work because it's so addictive. I don't know if I should do it now. We're like, oh my god, Andrew, you want to rub front butts? Like she's talks like that and says the most crudest shit. Anyway, B for Black Sabbath.
I'm really disappointed because I wanted to start this episode of me playing the wizard from Black Sabbath, the harmonica part in the beginning.
Well, what happened to your harmonica?
My harmonica's right here.
Oh my god, play!
I can't. We're gonna get demonetized.
No, we're not. Go.
We're gonna get demonetized.
1, 2.
I can't do it. I have to do it with the song in the background and stuff.
No.
I'm nervous. Don't put me on the spot.
No, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great.
I'm not gonna play it. I'll play another little ditty.
Womp womp.
I'm just gonna be like blow our eardrums.
Okay.
Does it sound good?
Yeah, it does.
That's me. You know what's funny? My niece calls that the Italian song.
Oh.
I don't know. She's like, Tia, could you play the Italian song?
I think that when you watch Sopranos a little bit further, you'll understand why she says that.
When she's 6.
Oh, I thought you meant Ashley. Lele. I thought you
No.
meant Ashley. Okay, never mind. I have no idea what Athena's talking about, unless
She probably watched Ratatouille or something like that and just was like, it's an Italian song.
Oh, the fact that she got it from Ratatouille.
I'm assuming.
I couldn't say that word for a minute. I was like rat-a-tat-tat.
She was singing Chicken in the Corn on Christmas.
The fucking song, if I hear it one more time.
Maybe we could put it in the middle of the
No,
episode.
we cannot put it in the middle of the episode.
Come on, he's metal. He plays a 1-string guitar.
He's about as metal. I don't know.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath. I'm sorry. I gotta have a 6 RE today because I'm a fucking adult that works and I can't fucking stand it. Black Sabbath.
I don't work, but have you ever seen Black Sabbath?
For right now, Gail.
I'll get a job, Gail.
No, I'm just, well, I was saying it more as like a complaint, like, I have to work. Did you ever just have those moments where you're just like, fuck, like, I wish just for a little bit we can go backwards to a time where we just didn't have to work, or really had no other responsibilities.
When we were 5?
Yeah. Anyway, Black Sabbath. Okay. Tell me about the first Black Sabbath song you've ever heard. And the setting. Like the person that like played it and you were like, oh god damn. Do do no 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 no. That's me right now. Boom. Okay.
I'm trying to. I know which. It was either Iron Man or Paranoid. I feel like I heard Paranoid first.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Close. That's War Pigs.
I know. That was my first. I was going to lead up with that. War Pigs was the first song that I heard by them.
Who showed it to you? Daddy?
I think that he might. Yeah, actually, I think that my father did. Yeah, and then not long after that, I heard Faith No More cover it when they did their live show with the Brixton Academy.
That shit's sick. That was really good.
Yeah,
That's a hard song to sing too. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to say that Mike kind of puts his own spin on everything that he covers.
I appreciate that though. I hate when cover a song and they try so hard to sound like the person singing it.
I know. I could actually say that for Lane too. Like I feel like everyone that tries, to cover Alice in Chains for the most part, they are trying to do the little '90s yarbing, and it just doesn't work.
Yarbing.
Yeah, yarbing. Miranda, what's up, Miranda? Told me that shared that the term with me. I've never heard of yarbing, but apparently that's what it is.
Yarbing.
Yarbing.
That's how Till would say it. He's in St. Petersburg right now because it
Yo,
seems like
last
we have like a tracker on Till because the
I
last
was
episode we were talking about where he was in Dubai.
I was gonna say, like, this motherfucker's traveling a lot for, being in the middle of a global pandemic.
Stop! Don't talk about him like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, in his defense, he did get pneumonia like when COVID was going on.
He
So, I mean,
Wait, so it wasn't actually COVID? I thought that it
no,
was COVID.
I thought it was too. And I'm pretty sure everybody else thought it
Hmm.
was too. But they said they tested him for COVID. He didn't have it. He had pneumonia.
I mean, still, like,
He was in the hospital for
still a
3 weeks
serious
in
thing. That's fucked
ICU.
up.
You know what that did to my little heart?
I can imagine. No, I remember when I found out about it. I think of
You
course, I
stayed
sent.
away from me.
No, I think I sent the article too, and I was like, she definitely like already knows this, but I just like want her to know that I know. And they're
Meanwhile, he
like,
beat someone up like 2 weeks before.
of course he did. Till I love you so much, Till.
You
Like
know
I
what he
like I know
did?
I don't love you as much as this one, but like I love you.
God bless him. He was in a bar, like a bar with a girl, and this guy came up to him and was pretty much like talking shit to the girl, like he was hitting on her and just being like a downright like creep about it. And he looked at Till and Till like kept telling him to stop and like leave her alone, like she didn't want to be bothered by this guy or whatever. And the guy freaking looked at him and said, "Oh, well, I'll pay you." So like to take her
Wow.
away from you, like all this shit, until fucking knocked him in the face.
Good.
One punch and the guy was out cold.
Fucking creep.
He's a fucking big dude. And I'm granted one punch and this guy was like sleeping.
Do you know how tall he is?
Um I want to say he's like 6'2", 6'3".
I
He's
was
not
gonna
like
say
height
just
wise
because
big,
like
but
I know
he's
German men are like known for having like tall and broad stature usually.
well, he was an Olympic swimmer too. So that's why he's got like that V shape going on and he's so jacked. Like upper body stature wise, he was a
Now it
Olympic
makes
swimmer.
sense.
Very
I appreciate.
sportsman like. But yeah, he freaking shattered this guy's nose and made him go sleeping.
Made him. I love when you say that. Made him go sweeping.
He went. I think he got I think what happened was he got arrested, but like he was automatically like released on bail because like they knew what happened. Because I think the guy like went to swing at him first and
Mm,
missed,
yeah.
which that must have been a bad day for that guy.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like see something like
Jesus.
that, you go to hit him and like totally miss, and then you get knocked out and your nose shattered.
Wait, just going back to Black Sabbath for a minute. Did when we went to Ozfest, it was just Ozzy, like it wasn't.
It was just Ozzy, yeah.
But did he? I'm wondering. I'm trying to remember if he performed some Sabbath songs. I feel like he had
He
to.
did. He's allowed to play. I think he's allowed to play as many as he wants because every
They're
time
all
I've seen
his.
Ozzy, yeah. Well, I don't know if they're necessarily his. I think that he has the rights. I think it's him and Tony Iommi, and I think Geezer Butler has like some like ownership rights too to the music as well. Um, I think it depends on like who wrote the song and like stuff like that. I know that's like a big part of it, but I think since they're like still cool and on civil terms, I think they came to the agreement where like they both could like play them if they want. But
Mm,
let's be realistic. If they're not doing Black Sabbath, I don't think Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler are like doing anything themselves on the side. So I couldn't. It's not like they're gonna go out and play the songs without Ozzy.
right, right. Mm,
So yeah, when we saw him, he did I think he did Iron Man. I'm not
Oh
exactly sure.
yeah,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no.
he did.
He definitely did it.
I
I
remember
remember.
Paranoid 100. Like that was one of his encore songs because I know he did Crazy Train as an encore, and then he did Paranoid like right after. But besides like that Ozfest, like seeing him, I've seen him two other times besides Ozfest, and he always does War Pigs live, like
Hmm.
always, and that like that's like that has to be like between that and Paranoid. Paranoid I love because lyrically wise, it's just so. I mean, the song itself is catchy as hell, and it's just like godfathered into like metal. I
Yeah,
think like
totally. I think my favorite is actually the favorite track is Black Sabbath.
yeah, that song's
It just has such like the bell, the in the beginning it has like a there's a sense of like eeriness and like
creepy goth feel.
foreboding. Yeah. Yeah, and I really just love I love the feels that that song gives
I
me.
love like their aura that they like give off because they do have like that like dark metal like appearance, but at the same time they do come across as like kind of mellow in a way.
Yeah, because like
Kind of like
while
Opeth. Like I would say like Opeth is definitely like inspired by Black Sabbath, you know, and bands like that where it's kind of like I guess you call it like doom metal, where it's like kind
I
of
was
like
gonna say that, but like I was thinking it as you were talking about. I'm like, would I describe them as like the beginnings of doom?
I would say
Because
that.
because when I want to say doom because of how it sounds, like how you were describing like their aura, their vibe is doomy.
It is. It's very dark, but like also melodic in a way.
Yeah,
Did you listen to the cover of Planet? Well, not the cover. Did you hear Planet Caravan?
of course, of course. I know that Pantera covered that. That was a great cover. I enjoyed that one. But yeah, Planet Caravan is. Would you say that's their magnum opus?
Yeah, I would.
I
I
feel
never
I
even thought
feel
of it that way, but yeah.
I just feel like every band has it, and usually it's a song that everyone loves across the board, but usually doesn't sound like the rest of their shit. So, I would have to
Totally.
say that that's my opinion as well.
Well, even like with the Wizard, like I feel like the Wizard sounds like them, but just the fact that there's harmonica
Mhm.
in it, like, kind of throws you off. But apparently, the Oz is a harmonica player himself too.
That's awesome. I have to. I'm not gonna lie. When I hear like harmonica, I instantly think of Steven Tyler.
Oh yeah,
You know, like he puts a lot of harmonica
honk it on Bobo.
in his. I feel so weird drinking out of this. I'm just gonna keep showing it every time I pick it up.
That was probably the cheapest thing in the gift shop
Yeah.
that they had. Just saying. Besides the penis lollipop,
Excuse me. Why didn't you get me one?
because this thing was like excessive.
Oh,
It was
never
huge,
mind. Okay.
and it was funny because I actually Jessica, redheaded Jessica,
Hmm.
wanted one, and I got her one, and it
Really?
was like humongous. And I wish I saw her eat it because I would have died.
I was gonna say the
There was no non-sexual way to eat this lollipop,
I mean,
but this thing was like huge and girthy, so
did
it was like yeah,
girthy.
it was bad.
Oh, so it wasn't just like a flat like lolly with like in the
No,
shape.
no,
Oh,
no.
oh, yeah.
It was like
It was
probably about like 7 inches long, like 2 inches diameter.
what the fuck? Well,
That's me right now.
you know what I remember seeing. Speaking of penis-shaped foods, um, no,
Sorry,
Spence.
Ozzy, that we're talking about Black Sabbath and we just started talking about penis foods.
We just veered off into the pasta that was in
Yes.
Spencer's. They had dickaroni, and they also had like
Boobies.
gummies. They also had boobies. I remember that.
Boobies.
B for boobs.
That's us right now.
That's us right now.
I really wish I got to see like Black Sabbath in their prime.
Me too.
I know a couple
Yeah.
of our friends have seen them at Jones Beach and said it was awesome. Like during Ozfest and stuff. That one year where it was like, I think it was Black Sabbath, Judas Priest. I think Motley Crue played that Ozfest
Mm.
too.
Oh, that would have been so dope.
As my nephew would say, "Oh, that's so nice."
I f I feel like we just missed out on like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good shit that came out since, like, around the time we were born, but, like, I wanted to be, like, in my mid-20s, like, in, like, 91,
I was gonna say 20 years
92.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would have loved.
Actually, more than 20 years
Yeah,
ago, like
no,
30.
yeah. Jesus Christ.
That's us right now.
Speaking of 20 years ago, did you check out the pictures? There's our friend from high school, Lori, she put up a bunch of pictures that she found of us
I did.
from high school. I was like,
I look like a gal,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. Like, it's just so awkward seeing photos of yourself from when you were like, I guess I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah,
Um,
about maybe like 10th grade. No, I'd say like 10th grade. Because I was
some
in
of
the,
them,
some of them you were a freshman. Some of the, yeah, some of them I
yeah,
was.
yeah, like some were ninth grade, some were 10th. And I just was like, Jesus Christ, I didn't know how to do my hair. I didn't know how to pluck my eyebrows. I didn't know how to do so many things. Thank you for capturing this awkward ass moment.
You ever see pictures of Ozzy like from back in the day? I'm sure he looks at pictures of himself from back in the
Oh
day
my
and is like, "Who
god.
is that?"
I thought he was I mean, look, I think that Ozzy's an attractive man.
Oh
I'm
hell
not
yeah,
like I would not say, "Oh my god, like he's fucking so hot."
I
Like
would.
uh, well, difference of opinion, Gail. I would say
Little
Zach is
Nicky.
hot.
Remember in Little Nicky? He's like, when he picks up the rock, he's like, "Here, kill him with this," and hands it to the guy. Like he looked like the cat's meow in that movie.
No,
I know
no.
I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this now. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Lucy thinks Ozzy's hot."
Whatever. Listen.
Suck my weenus,
No, you want to hear
or Zach Wilde would say, "Suck my ass."
suck my ass. Please, if you've
Exactly.
never seen that funny video of Zach in a sheet pretending to be a ghost, please go watch it.
It's on YouTube. I think it's called BLS Drunken Interview, and there's two parts, but
Yeah,
both are totally worth watching.
so fucking funny.
I'm so glad he doesn't drink anymore. I remember hearing on the news that he was in the hospital, and I lost my shit. Same thing with Ozzy.
Well,
Ozzy's been sick for like a while now too. He had
he
pneumoniah and
Parkinson's.
stuff.
He
He has
does have Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, yeah, but
Confirmed.
he got pneumonia recently. And then Sharon got COVID, so she had to quarantine away from him
Oh
like for like a month.
shit.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks. Could you imagine having to quarantine away from your partner and you live in the same house? Like how lonely that must feel.
She was
Uh,
FaceTiming him. She was posting pictures of them like FaceTiming each other. And like the dogs were like with him and stuff like that. I was like devastated for them. I was like, that sucks so much because like,
yeah, no, that's really sad.
especially
That's sad.
them. Like,
I know.
I wish they could
Um,
adopt me.
oh my god. That would be the coolest family to be adopted into. I'm just thinking about it. Imagine Christmas with the Osbournes.
No, I couldn't
I
because I would just be sitting there
was
like,
like, I would walk through the door and like instantly just pass out from excitement, and I would wake up Christmas morning like probably under the tree.
you know, my mom got to meet him
When?
the same airport that I met Alice Cooper. She went back 2 years later to visit my grandma, and she walked past
Okay.
like the same, not the same Starbucks, but it was like an area next to that Starbucks, and there was like a probably group of like 10 people standing around this guy, and she was like running to her plane, so she really couldn't like stop, but she wanted to like see who it was. And as soon as she went to walk over, like a couple people moved out of the way, and it was Ozzy standing with his bodyguard.
Holy shit! Well, this is the Phoenix airport. What a mad celebrities going through the damn
There's a lot.
Phoenix airport. I never
Seriously,
seen one. I have not seen one celebrity. JFK, LAX. I'm not even going to include Florida because like
Phoenix is where it's at because a lot of people, they live in Arizona. Like a lot of celebrities, if they're not in California, they are in Arizona. Alice Cooper lives in Arizona. Steven Tyler lives in Arizona. The
mm,
cigar shop where my uncle used to freaking go into and like buy cigars, Steven Tyler goes in there all the time.
oh my
Like
god.
crazy shit. But yeah, Phoenix Airport is where it's at because a lot of the times, if they can't get direct flights, they
These hurt.
make a stop in Phoenix Airport and then go to LA. So she ran past him and she yelled at him, "Lucy loves you." And he
And
looked over and he was
what
like,
year was this?
2007, I'd say.
Oh shit! So this is only a year after we went to Ozfest. Oh
She's
fuck!
like, Lucy loves you. And he looked, he's like, tell her I love her too. And I was
That's
like,
fucking amazing.
she called me and she's like, I just saw Ozzy in the airport. And I said, you're dead to me.
Wait, who did I? Oh, I know who you wanted to fucking. You wanted to kill me.
That was a bad day in itself. I was
Um,
fighting with my mom. We were in a big fight. And then you called me and told me this. And I was just like,
I was in the city with my friend Anthony, and
bears.
there was barrels, and I just saw like a swarm of paparazzi,
So, like
like
how my mom saw Ozzy.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, just a swarm of paparazzi, and then like they were all crowded around, and they were moving like this. And I was like, okay, I want to see who's in the middle, and I fucking ducked in, and I was face to face with Gene Simmons, and I was like, oh, it's you,
Hyam. Hey, Hyam.
Hyam,
That's his real name. Hyam.
Hyam,
Hyam
hi
West.
Hyam, may I have a selfie? And that was another moment, like similar similar to the instance with Sinister Gates where you're like praying to God that the picture comes out
That was
because
a good picture, though, of the two of you.
it came out, yeah, that came out pretty good. But I was just like, it's one of those times where like I wanted to show her so bad, but then I also knew that she could also be possibly angry. But I was like, would I rather send it to her now or like put it up on Facebook and just have her see it that way? You know what I mean? So I
I would
was
have been
like,
like, excuse me.
it was
I
bad.
was
He was
really into
nice.
Kiss at that point, too.
Yeah.
It sucks. I
That
met I met
that
Paul
was
Stanley
super
though at
rando.
his freaking his art show at Roosevelt Field Mall.
And that was like the he's your favorite, right? Isn't he your favorite Poston?
No.
No?
No, Sarah Gary. Comment down below if you know who my favorite Kiss member is.
Wait, but how do I
No,
not know this?
you do. You do, Gail.
It's not Gene?
No. It's the one who I went to actually meet in the city at a meet and greet.
Just say his name.
I can, because now I told people to comment down
All right, all right,
below.
all right, all right.
There's only four other people, well, three people to choose from besides Paul Stanley. And it's not Gene Simmons because I would have been like, he was my favorite. So now you only have two people to pick from.
Okay. Okay.
Did you ever watch Family Guy when Lois was sleeping with Gene Simmons?
I definitely did. I'm like really bad with Family Guy. Like I have never watched like start to finish,
And then go to the
but I have
Kiss
seen
concert
also
and
seen so
freaking
many episodes.
she dresses up as Peter Chris. And Peter goes, um, he's like, why would you dress up as Peter Chris? Even Peter Chris doesn't want to be Peter Chris.
Oh
So that'll
shit.
give you another hint who my favorite member is. But Peter Chris is the fucking man. Last time, when Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson played in Jersey, he freaking showed up and was like backstage hanging out with them. Like he seems like I've heard interviews with him, hands down, he seems like such a fucking cool dude. Just like well-rounded, like smart, seems like down to earth. Mad Italian. Peter Crisculo.
Yo, do your best Polly Walnuts impression right
I
now.
can't do my best Paulie Walnut impression.
Why not? Why not?
Cause I don't. I'm trying to think of like something like that he would say.
Let's try the set and finish.
Hey, I told her that I didn't know what to say or do, so that's where it's at. I love how he does that. I love how like he'll sit there and like tell a joke. Like he'll look and he'll be like, what was the episode I was watching? He was like the penal doctor, and he's
Yeah.
sitting there and he's like, "Yo, doc, how many hard-ons do you get a day?" And the doctor's just sitting there and he's like, I've heard it all. I've literally heard it all. And he just looks at Tony. He's like, hey, Tony, I asked him. He's the penal doctor. And I asked him how many hard ons he gets in a day. Like he repeats himself right after. And he's like, hey, do you hear what I said? And then he like repeats himself like, dude, you're sitting right next to him. He
So
definitely did.
fucking
But the best part
funny.
is every time he does that, I notice like you always look over at Tony and he's always laughing.
Oh yeah.
Like that must have been like such a fun show for like to be a part of to work on and stuff, like with all those different
Absolutely.
people.
And I heard Daddy Feeney, R.I.P. James, we love you. Daddy Feeney, he
Can we make a
he
t-shirt
was
of Daddy Feeney?
yes. Okay,
We're gonna do the
I
That's Me
want
Right Now, Paulie Walnuts version, but
I wanted the That's Me Right Now hoodie either with Tony in the white robe going out to get the mail, like with a newspaper in his hand, or the one of Paulie and Chris with in the Pine Barrens episode, which I cannot wait till she gets it. She's like maybe 3 episodes away from Pine Barrens, and I cannot wait for her to
I'll
watch
watch it
it.
tonight.
Just like with like I think I don't know if they have blankets or it's like I feel like Chris looks like bundled up in something on like a photo I'm thinking of. But that's me right now ideas I have.
That's gonna be it. That's me right now.
I
It's gonna
love
be a
it.
Sopranos That's Me Right Now line.
I love it. I just love it so much, and I'm so like I'm looking forward so much to that tour in the city. It's gonna be so much fun.
That is gonna be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
So I did some research this week, and I checked out some of the bands that people sent in
Yeah, let's
for
talk
B.
about it.
Some next level stuff. You guys are into some good shit.
Yeah, who well tell me who suggested the whatever you're thinking of first
We're
and
not
like
gonna go that far.
oh okay. Go ahead.
No, next time I will actually like do a list of the person who sent it in and what they sent in, and we'll give out personal shout outs for the people and
All right, cool. No, I was just
do it that
wondering if
way.
you happen to remember like, who suggested what, but it's not
I think maybe
necessary.
for like one or two bands I do, but not for everybody. Plus I also don't want to get the people wrong, and then
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
be like, oh, I didn't suggest that. I didn't even listen
No,
to them.
no, I understand. Wait, someone said Behemoth.
Somebody did say
I want
Behemoth.
to say was it Coco or Danny? Behemoth. Well, I don't know why Behemoth. Sorry. Whoever
It might have
like
been Coco. I'm not sure.
whoever suggested Behemoth, thank you. Is all I have to say for that. But yeah, next level shit. We love when you guys like tell us and like interact like that because it gives us a chance like to say, "Oh, I never heard their shit before. Let me, give it a listen." Um,
Behemoth's intense. Their
mm,
videos, the imagery in their videos are so well put together. They're almost like movies,
oh yeah.
but then like instrumentally, it's just so intense. Plus, with like the vocals on top of it, whew, it's like that band Black Tongue that I showed you before.
That guy, oh my god, the Black Tongue,
That
the
came up
the
randomly with all the
vocals,
bees. Like I literally stumbled upon that, and I was just like,
those vocals are a bit heavier than I usually like go for, but I liked it. I can't with that.
you know what somebody suggested,
What
and
did what
I
did
went
somebody suggest? Tell me.
Bloodhound Gang.
Oh my god, the Bloodhound Gang is like so fucking amazing.
Oh my god, what's the fucking name of the song? Now I'm like,
I like the song Magna Cum Nada.
I like that song.
Yeah. And oh my, I know what you're talking
I
about
hope you
too.
die.
Yes. Yes. I love that song.
That song, going back and re-listening to it and reading the lyrics with it, it's just, oh my god, that is like the biggest fuck you song to like anybody ever.
And their shit is funny too.
It
I
is.
I love that they like it's good music, but like they I don't know.
It's so catchy.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like you have to be in one of those moods where you're like, you know what? I want to listen to something that I could like bob my head to and dance, but at the same time, just be like, this is fucking funny as shit.
Oh yeah.
So good. Um, Somebody also recommended Baroness, and I don't think I sent you some of their stuff,
No, no,
but
I didn't get a chance to check out Baroness personally. I'm sorry.
you would love Baroness.
But I think that you should send me some songs.
They're so good. I have a personal
Please
connection
do.
with Baroness. Sad memories that I won't go into because this is not a sad show.
This is not a sad show.
Not a sad show, but Baroness. Oh my god, there's so many.
Oh my god.
March to the Sea is a great song. There's so many good ones. There's an album that they have. I think it's called the Green and Yellow album, and it's funny because part one of the CD, I believe, is like the Green album, and then the second part of the album is the Yellow album.
Mm.
But they're so good, very melodic. Singing, they do have like a little bit of screaming, but mostly like singing and stuff. But just it's powerful stuff. It's good.
And
It
obviously,
makes you
we
think, like, you listen to the lyrics and just, like, you picture, like, you paint a picture in your head of, like, the situation of what he's talking about and stuff. It's great.
well, we can't, like not touch upon like the ultimate B band, which is Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Billy.
I'm just playing. No, I am. I am wearing B for Billy today.
No, I meant Billy Idol.
Oh, Billy Idol. I'm going like this because I'm wearing a Billie Eilish hoodie.
I bet Billie Eilish is a fan of Billy Idol.
I'm not your
And I
friend.
bet they're
I'm
both fans of Billy Joel.
anything, damn.
Imagine.
Yo, she has some incredible, like really
We're just
broad
gonna skip
taste. I
that.
just feel like, wait, what?
I said, I'm sure Billie Eilish is a fan of Billy Idol, and I'm sure they're both fans of Billy Joel. Imagine. It's a
So Backstreet
trifecta.
Boys.
Backstreet Boys. You know what
I'm
I
just
meant?
playing.
Well, yeah. Well, freaking, as you guys know,
Backstreet Boys, which is better than NSYNC. They're better than
and
NSYNC.
even
I'm
according to
sorry.
Alice Cooper, if you listen to last week's episode, not last week, the week before. Just kidding. That's me right now. I miss the Backstreet Boys. They went through a lot of shit.
Yo, Nick Carter was on The Masked Singer. I don't watch that show, but my mom does, right? So she was like, "Oh, you have to listen to this," and he covered like a Bon Jovi song. Oh, B for Bon Jovi. See, am I on track or what?
Well, where is a B-Bab show?
Yo, I should have included Bon Jovi, but like for some reason I felt like I was like, I don't know if I would classify him as metal. Like he's in like the hair bands
Well, even like Billy Idol, same
category.
thing. Like it's like it's classic rock.
Yeah,
But I feel
yeah.
like a lot of these metal bands, even though maybe they won't necessarily admit it right off the bat, I feel like a lot of these people are inspired by classic rock artists.
Absolutely, because you can tell, like, all right, you'll probably roll your eyes, like Bon Jovi, what the fuck? But you can't tell me that none of the artists that came after him didn't take something away from him.
Even the
You know what
Beatles.
I mean? Yeah.
The Beatles too. A lot of people don't like the Beatles, but a lot of people do. And even if it's one member you like, because I know a lot of people that are like, I don't really
Mm.
care about the Beatles, but I love George Harrison, or I love John Lennon, or I love like Paul McCartney with Wings. You know, it's crazy.
Yo, speaking of the Beatles, I was really curious. I saw this ridiculous video of Yoko Ono making dolphin sounds. I have to send you the meme later.
Really?
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I got curious. I was like, wait, everybody says, okay, Yoko Ono's the reason that the Beatles like broke up, right? But I'm like, I want to actually know like what happened and to see if I can get any like details. I don't fucking know. But pretty much like around the time they got together is when they split. So there's my answer.
They had
But
issues beforehand. John and Paul always seemed to like have butt heads in different ways.
yeah, yeah. John, from what I read, it seemed like he was beyond infatuated with Yoko Ono, which I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't know how you can with an ass like that. Like, have you seen?
Not even that,
I'm
but
I'm
every
telling you,
time I
I
see
found
her in
so
an
many Yoko
interview,
Ono memes in this search. It is fucking hilarious.
but even not even like putting that aside for a second, like every interview that I've seen with her, and who knows, maybe she's a very nice person. Who knows? But everything that I exactly everything that I've seen with her in interviews and stuff like that, she just seems like such a dud. It's just like
Well, because
I'm
okay,
here, I exist.
yeah, I mean,
Love me.
she
It's
was
like
she was the one that like wanted to influence John to, be more experimental instead of going with the traditional Beatles sound. And then that is probably where you were explaining that John butted heads with the other guys because you can't have a group of guys like don't change it if it works.
and it's funny because his
You know what
solo
I
stuff
mean?
sounds like it could be Beatles songs, kind of
Yeah, so
like
I don't
"Working Class Hero."
understand.
I'm sorry, that's not that straight off from the Beatles. Maybe the
No.
fact that he cursed in that song, but like, um, "Instant Karma."
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it could be a Beatles song. Like maybe
Absolutely.
like newer age Beatles song, but definitely like it wasn't like he was going it wasn't like he was going completely off the spectrum, like as far as like what his style of music was.
Talk about difference in style of music. When you said Billy Idol before, I thought of the song that she showed me kind of like what, like a week or two ago, and he did a song with Miley Cyrus, and I was like, this they just worked so well together. Their voices.
They're so good. And she's probably like, I mean, I'm sure if she asked him to be on the album, I'm sure she was like a fan of his like to begin with. But he just seems like such a cool person too. I actually saw something on YouTube where he like on the spot interviewed her. I think they were doing an interview or something like promoting the song,
Mhm.
and he just like went behind this desk and started like interviewing her, like asking her like random questions and stuff like that. And he seems like such a cool guy.
You know,
No one talks to Billy that way.
admittedly, I he's just one of those artists that I'm sure I've said this before about other artists. Like if a song comes on by him, I'll never turn it off.
Oh yeah,
But never did a deep dive. But I remember when I was like watching when Buffy the Vampire Slayer was on TV. I'm like, oh, that Spike looks like that guy Billy Idol, and I think that actually Billy's look inspired the look that they did for Spike on that show. B,
probably.
B for Buffy. Let's tie it in.
B for Buffy.
Buffy, one of the best shows ever. You know, I am rewatching that right now, like in between, like I'm going between like that and 6 Feet Under, because 6 Feet Under can get pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So I am watching Buffy, still one of my favorite shows of all time. But like, I noticed they do have like those corny things where like she's beating somebody up and she's says like some kind of campy line, you know, like, and that's what you get for messing with the Slayer, and then you know, and I'm just like, Sarah, just fucking beat his ass. It's kind of like when the villains give like that 20-minute speech before they perform to their huge act of evil. It's like, shut the fuck up. Just
Cameron.
yeah, Billy Idol and Spike are
Beery.
one. Bury me. Bury me in
Beery
smoke.
me.
B for bury me in smoke. But we're not gonna get into down right now.
No. No, we're not.
Oh my god, I just like want to talk about down.
We're almost there, Gil.
I'm sorry. You know what it is? I'm wearing these cans, as your boyfriend calls them.
Cans.
I'm sure mad people call them cans, but your face. And I have hoops on. So between it's pressing my hoops into me, and then my glasses. Why do I not take my glasses off, you ask? Because then I'd be fucking blind.
And then she wouldn't be able to see her Sarah Gabby face. And I would just look like a blob for B.
B for Blob.
Blobby Babs.
Yo, B for Bobby's World. Remember that fucking show?
Yes.
Yo, my brother used to say that like that intro song is definitely what they like torture inmates with. That dun, 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 dun. It's a crazy song.
It was crazy.
Yeah, so B for Bobby's World.
B for Bobby's World. I can't. We have so many B for B's.
B for Bilo.
Oh, Bella.
Yeah, Bilo. That's her little baby cat.
He's got like 40 names, that poor cat.
Like his original name, it's Salem. It's Salem Velter Buddha.
Nice.
But he's called Bilo Green, just B Green.
Little fun fact, kind of off topic from what we're talking about right now, but remember when we met Jason Momoa and he had a Black Sabbath shirt on?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I remember that shit.
That's us right now.
What we should have you know what? We'll put up that picture just for
We
the
will.
fuck of it. Like for this post.
I'm gonna put up my Zach pictures too.
Yeah, I'm sure I want to see them to be honest with
Funny
you. It's been a
story.
long time.
The when I met Zach last time at the Sony Theater,
Mhm.
when the show was over, Paul and I left and we parked our car in a parking garage that was literally, I think it was like right around the block, if not like across. Yeah, I think it was around the block from Sony Theater. And we went to go get our car, and Keenan Thompson was in our parking garage.
Oh
And
shit.
there was like maybe 4 or 5 of the people waiting to like get their car. It really like wasn't a lot because it was kind of late, and I guess all the Broadway like stuff had ended already. And he must have been freaking leaving uh Saturday Night Live auditions and stuff like that because they freaking like they rehearsals. They rehearse all week. They start at like
Yeah,
Monday and
yeah.
then they go like all the way until like Fridays. Like I think the final dress rehearsal. And I saw him and I looked at Paul and I was like, "Holy shit, that's Keaton Thompson!" And he's like, "Oh wow, yeah, it is." Like I mean, you could tell right away that it was him. And he was like, "I don't know if you should go up to him and say or anything." He's like, chilling with his headphones on, like waiting for like his car to be like brought around. And I was like, fuck it, no one else is saying anything to him, and it was all like older people.
You got to scale it out when it comes to someone, someone
Yeah, well,
known.
I mean, if it was like if there was like 20 kids our age and I like
Yeah,
ran over to him, then everyone would have been like, oh, who's that guy? You know, and then like they would have realized who it was and gone over and asked for pictures. But I knew like this group of like four, like 70-year-old people, like weren't going to go over and like bother him. So I ran over to him and I was like, I just want to say that you were fucking hysterical. I grew up watching you like Keenan and Kel, but like
and all that was my shit.
all
Oh
that.
my
And
god.
I told him, I said, still to this day, I watch it all the time. I said, Heavyweights is one of my favorite movies of all time. And that was like just how you and the other cast members like interacted. And Ben Stiller, he was like hands down, that was my favorite fucking movie I did. He was like so happy. As soon as I said heavyweights, he had like a shit eating grin on his face. And he's
That's
like,
so
oh, that's so awesome.
cool.
He was such a sweetheart. Like, gave me a big hug, kiss on the cheek, freaking took a selfie with me. Like,
He's another one that like I feel doesn't age.
oh no, not at all. Like, he looks exactly the freaking same. He just got taller. That's it. Like, he literally just got like a little bit, like, he got some height on him. But otherwise, he
Yeah.
looks exactly the same. Freaking adorable. Like,
Yeah.
I told him that too. I was like, "You're fucking adorable and you're like incredibly funny. Like, you're the best." And he was like so happy. He's like, "I loved Heavyweights. That was one of my favorite movies I did. We had so much fun with that." He's like, "Ben Stiller was out of his fucking mind." Like,
I mean, we
it
can.
was so good.
Oh, Ben Stiller. Okay, B for Ben Stiller. I feel
Have you seen that movie?
heavyweights. Yeah, but immediately the first thing I thought of was the fake trailer that he did for Tropic Thunder. Here we go again,
And again,
again.
he's the way he. Oh my god, he's just so like. I mean, he's hysterical, but the way he like the facial expressions he does, even in Zoolander, when he did the commercial,
Can I be honest?
water is the essence of
I
moisture.
I yo,
Merman.
I always thought that like Ben Stiller made whoever he was acting with funnier. Like in like I don't
Yeah.
know, like Ben by himself, it's kind of a hit or miss with me. But like put him with Robert De Niro and Meet the Fockers, right? Like it's always like
Or his dad. His
he
dad was
just
in Zoolander with him.
works in so many different dynamics, like or him and Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, like those interactions. I just feel like he's maybe like a chameleon in that way, even though
He
he kind of
really is.
yeah.
I'm just picturing like all the and even like dodgeball with Vince Vaughn. No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Michelle.
Yo, Vince Vaughn can get it. I don't know what he looks like nowadays. I'm referring to like, oh shit, what the hell is that? That movie he did with Josh Favreau? Is that how you say his name?
John Favreau.
John Favreau. Yeah, I can't think of what the hell it
All
is.
the
It's
Mandalorian
money
fans right now were
something.
like,
Money or cash. Fuck. Comment down below if you know what movie I'm talking about because it's gonna kill me.
Cash Money
Um,
Babs.
but when he was in Vince Vaughn and Wedding Crashers, oh my god, yes,
That
yes.
movie's so good.
I
Oh,
also can't
who's
stand
the
Owen
little?
Wilson.
Yeah, he's.
I
You know what?
just
He's funny, but he kind of
he's not funny.
he gets under. You know what? He's somebody that I feel like he's got to be put with other people to make himself look funny.
Yes, absolutely.
Him by himself, he's just like kind of drippy, but when he's with other people, like Vince Vaughn
Yo, fucking
or Ben
Wedding
Stiller,
Crashers.
he makes him it makes him funny.
Rachel McAdams looked like gorgeous in that movie. I think the first time I saw her was brunette, and
Who's the
also,
other girl?
but Isla Fisher. I have such a crush on Isla Fisher. Cause I'd find you. Like
You know she's
she played the
married to
crazy.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, B for Borat.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Listen, that just goes to show funny wins. Funny gets the babes. B for babes.
dude, I totally would have dated Chris Farley if he was still
Oh
alive.
my god, 100 fucking percent.
Like, that's like people look and they're like, oh, if you could see yourself like with one celebrity, and I don't mean like just going out on a date with them or whatever, like actually like being with a celebrity and like
Just from when you could recognize of
personality
their
wise.
personality. Yeah, personalities like from what you've seen in interviews. Like I can see that.
I
I can
fucking love
see that
him.
for you too. No, I really can. Like you guys have similar humor. I think that
That would have been
um
so insane.
remember the night that we watched the movies together that him and Matthew Perry were in,
Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes. I see. I'm obsessed. Chandler Bing is my man. I love Friends and I love Chandler. And I was like, oh my god, him and Chris Farley were in a fucking movie. I never saw it, and it was just always something that I wanted to watch, never got around to, and so we watched it together. That shit was amazing.
I watched Beverly Hills Ninja like 2 weeks ago when I was at the gym. And like I couldn't help it. I was on the stationary bike and I just was laughing so freaking hard. And like the people next to me were just like looking at me like I had 5 heads. I was like, if you only saw like what I was watching, you'd be laughing. But that, oh my god, that movie is so good. All his movies. I mean, the only one, it's not that it wasn't a good movie, but Tommy Boy was a little sad at some points.
It was definitely sad at some points, but I
I love that movie.
love that movie. Absolutely. But yeah, but like that's what I love about him. He could do all that like all that funny shit, but in the heart warming moments, he he works well.
Rob Lowe is on Joe Rogan within this past year. It was definitely during quarantine. It might have been like July or something. And Joe Rogan has been doing like family movie night with his family, like which I think is cool. Like someone like him who's like doesn't really probably get that much time to be at home. He said, and quarantine's happening, like I'm gonna make it a point to like sit down with my family and like watch a different movie with them, like try every night or like every other night or something. And he was telling Rob Lowe that they sat down and watched Tommy Boy. And Rob Lowe like
That's
instantly started
awesome.
laughing and like I didn't put two and two together. Like I knew he was in it, but I didn't like think about it at first. And then Rob Lowe started going into like stories like with Chris Farley, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I like totally forgot that that was him. Hi,
You know, I
I'm Paul.
no, I actually forgot until you said Rob Lowe, and I'm like, oh yeah, because it's from that movie. You automatically remember like Chris and David Spade.
Oh my god.
Honestly, okay, David Spade is actually another one of those for me where I'm like, he needs to be put with someone else. I after I saw this movie, I saw it with Mano. Okay, The Wrong Missy.
Oh my god, that movie was
Oh
hysterical
my fucking god, he was like, oh my god, we have to watch this shit. It's so fucking funny,
on Netflix
and
if you guys
it
haven't
on
watched it
Netflix.
yet.
The Wrong Missy. That actress, I forget her name, but she is bonkers and so funny. Um, was she the cop on Orange Is the New Black?
I never watched Orange Is the New
Okay,
Black, so I can't vouch for
I
that.
don't know. I'm probably
She's been in a
wrong.
lot of
I'm
things.
probably wrong, but I also saw her in like she had like a really minor part in this Christmas movie I just watched with Kristen Stewart. Uh, oh my god, and the guy who plays David Rose, Daniel Levy, was in it. That's a Hulu movie. I wish I could remember the title of that one because it's pretty cute. But
Hulu, who knew?
Hulu, who knew?
That's me.
It's you. But yeah, The Wrong Missy, David Spade. Watch that shit. It's fucking hilarious. Oh
I can't remember.
man, I can't wait to get to see because I got my pick already.
So do, so do I. Oh,
Stare down.
what is it?
It's a
Is it
stare
gonna be a
down.
combo pick again?
A combo pick? No, I don't think so.
That's me right now. No one could probably hear that. It's all good.
No, I could hear it.
Oh, B Black Craft Colt.
Oh, I'm actually waiting on a hoodie from them.
Their hoodies are the bee's knees. I'm sure that if
Is
they
it
ever saw this, they'd
the
be like, "Oh
quality?
wow, they were talking about our company," and then I could be like, huh, "The bee's knees." They'd be like,
I
"It's probably
I
the
I
opposite way to describe."
I needed to like touch like I wanted to feel the quality like to know what to expect because
I've had this for like two
I
years and feel
only
the inside. It's still like in pretty like
yeah.
solid condition.
Yeah, no, I love their stuff, and I mean, I was only kind of introduced to it recently because of you. Like, I saw it, like you always had these badass like designs and these hoodies. So I went on there and I found a black T-shirt with this adorable kitten on it, and it says Lucifer, and obviously I have to get this. They had it on a backpack too, but I was like, I think it's a little too extra. Like, I am about to be 34. I think I'll skip that.
Is there an age limit on backpacks?
There's an age limit on certain pictures on certain items.
Can I tell you? Can we talk about the backpack story since it is episode B?
Okay, what's the backpack story?
I don't know if people, I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you're a fan of Jim Brewer's. Who isn't a fan of Jim Brewer?
Oh my
But
god.
to the people who don't know this story, so Jim Brewer
Jim
went to the
Brewer's
city
so funny.
with Lars Ulrich from Metallica
Yeah.
one night, and they were fucking like pretty much like bar hopping, meeting different people. Um, and
Excuse
apparently
me.
they were walking down the street in Manhattan, and Jim Brewer found a backpack. And he opened it up, and it was all papers and textbooks from this kid who went to NYU. And he said it was a lot of stuff. He said he felt really bad. There was term papers in there and shit like that. So he felt really bad for this kid. He was like, this is horrible. This kid lost like pretty much 90% of his fucking schoolwork in like one
Oh shit.
backpack. And he was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna like see if there's like an owner, like, there was like a name and address, I think, in one of the books or something. He's like, I'm gonna bring the backpack to the kid. I feel really bad, like, or I'll mail it to him or something. Lars Ulrich got so mad and so beef or bent out of shape. And he was like, oh, if that kid is not responsible with his own backpack. And I'm saying it like this because that's literally how Jim Burrow described it, like how he spoke. He's like, if that kid can't be responsible with his own fucking backpack, then he doesn't deserve to have it. And Jim was like, it is what it is. Like
Jesus.
I'm gonna carry it around.
That's
So the
harsh.
night continued, and they apparently went to this bar, and some guy made the mistake of walking up to Lars and asking him for a cigarette.
Oh no.
And Lars turned around. He's like, I work so hard to earn these cigarettes. And did you think before you left the house? Hey,
Yo, he's
maybe
such a fucking
he
asshole.
goes, maybe, maybe I need a cigarette. Did you think of that before you left the house? Did you consider the fact that you may need cigarettes when you go to this establishment? And Jim was like, he was describing it just like that.
Yo. I
And
think I have eyeliner on my finger.
it's probably
Sorry,
the eyeliner that
continue.
was on his shoe before.
Yo,
Um,
let's not talk about it. It was traumatic.
Traumatic for my
It was
rug.
fucking traumatic, okay? I thought that like I was like dragging around like demon blood on my foot.
No, that's in my loft.
B for blood.
Um,
What?
so freaking
Sorry, gotta go.
going back to the backpack real quick.
Too
So fucking
scary.
apparently, like, Laura's already flipped on this guy for like asking for a cigarette. He's like, "How about you go and get your own cigarettes?" So like the guy like finally was like, "Fuck this," and like walked away because he was
Honestly, it's
like
a
over
fucking
it.
cigarette, man.
That would
I
have deterred
can't
me from never
stand.
smoking ever again if that happened. But
Yeah.
so apparently, I guess he was so like tensed up because of the backpack, like because of the cigarette situation, and he saw Jim Brewer with the backpack. So he grabbed the backpack from Jim and he was like, and this motherfucking backpack. And he takes the backpack and swings it into the middle of 8th Avenue.
Oh my
The
god.
backpack opens and all the papers explode all over the street. And what does he do? He fucking walks into the middle of this block.
And smokes a cigarette. I'm just
No,
kidding.
fucking like literally like traffic came to a halt because he walked in the middle of the road and he started climbing on top of like a taxi to like the taxi like slammed on his brakes, and instead of going around the taxi he climbed on the hood of the taxi
B for
and like went
bonehead.
across. But Jim's like, I felt so bad because he's like, now that kid will know the responsibility of having a backpack, and like flipped and he just tosses this poor kid's backpack in the middle of the street and it explodes everywhere. So they went into like the next club and Jim was like, everybody and their mother that's an A-list celebrity was at this freaking nightclub. He's like, if they put a bomb in this nightclub, it would have blown up like half of Hollywood. There were so many fucking famous people there. And but he said at this point it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. His wife was 8 months pregnant at the time. He's like, yeah, unfortunately, Lars, I think I have to call it a night. I got to get home. And he's like, granted, I lived in Valley Stream. It wasn't like I was like super far away, but still, like it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to roll in the door at 5 o'clock in the morning to
Yeah.
my 8 month pregnant wife. Like she would have been pissed. Plus, we're adults. Like we don't need to stay out till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So he said to Lars, he's like, "Oh, I do have to get going, and I have to get home." He's like, What, you can't hang? You know, what is it something I did? Was it about the backpack?
Oh
Like,
my fucking
and he's
god.
like,
Listen,
apparently, like, Laura's never like called him after that. 'Cause apparently, like, according to Laura's, like, he couldn't hang because he didn't stay out till like 5 in the morning. I was like, "Yeah, I fucking can't."
I'm sorry, but I don't stay out past like okay, I'll say staying out past 1, and I only say that because I am considering usually when I get home from concerts. But
But
other
even
than
still, if we
that,
go
like if
out
I
and
g
we stay out till that time, now I feel like we're at
oh.
somebody's house.
Yeah, but even then, like, I'm sorry, I start to get tired, like, around, like, wanting to go to bed at, like, 11. That's
I
good.
was
I'm
gonna say
serious.
9:30, 10 for me.
Oh, well,
Um,
no, no, no. Around that time, that is when I'm like, oh, okay, it's definitely wind down time. I'm gonna put on like a show or whatever and like chill. But usually, I am ready to go to bed at 11 without fail.
I go to bed early. I try to anyway. Sometimes I stay up
I
late,
can
like
go
when
to
I'm
bed
watching The
right now.
Sopranos.
I can go to bed right now.
So we go. Don't go to bed, girl.
Be for bed.
Be for Betty by Babs.
Betty by
Betty by
Bams.
Babs.
No, seriously, the worst part about being an adult is that you're just always tired. Always. You can get a full night's sleep and then just wake up and be like, wow, I have to do all that stuff all over again. But that's why I love this so much because it breaks up the routine and it's fun.
It
And it's
is
something
fun.
that I look forward to doing.
And we get to talk about our favorite weekly bands.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That deserved a third one.
I can't wait to see what your C pick is.
I think you might already know. You
I was
might.
gonna think of something like funny to say, but I couldn't think of something funny to start with like the letter C.
I think that you guys should leave like I know we'll do a thing in our stories where you can I already did it in the stories like put down like bands that begin with C that you like. We already took that survey, but you could leave stuff in the comments of this one too of your favorites that begin with C because we'll definitely give them a listen.
Oh yeah. And as you could see, like we don't make it a point to stay on the topic of like non-metal bands, but we still like touch upon them. So if you know somebody that starts with the letter C or whatever letter we do and it's classic rock or something, we'll still give them a little mention.
Hell yeah, because listen, when it comes to metal, obviously the title of this podcast is our core, right? But it doesn't mean that we're just one track mind and we don't love all different genres. Like there's some uh hip hop I could just list off right now that I fucking love. But I think that's the point. So when we veer off track, we start talking about, backpacks and shit. It has everything to do.
Well, these people are inspired by metal
Yeah.
too, and even if it's not necessarily metal, it could be classic rock or some sort of like the blues or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So it all ties together.
It does. Also, B for Batman. What's up, Michael Keaton? I see you.
what? What is he
B for
doing now?
Beetlejuice, B for Batman, B for Birdman. What's up with you, Keaton? You just like the B films? They're not actually. I don't know. I wouldn't consider any of those B films
No,
because
Rob Zombie does B films, like
Yeah,
B horror.
like Birdman was, if I'm not, yeah, I know Emma Stone won Academy Award for that. That film won a few Academy Awards. Batman is just iconic, and Beetlejuice, even though that's considered like a cult movie, who doesn't know that movie? You'd be hard pressed to find someone that doesn't know what Beetlejuice is. Even like my mom's like cousins who were like in their 50s, they're like, oh yeah, like I fucking love it. Like we actually went to go and see the Beetlejuice musical in April of 19. Yeah, obviously. Last time we could fucking do anything was 2019. Um
So weird. It's like we totally
yeah.
skipped. Not that we skipped it, but I feel like we fast forwarded through 2021,
Yeah.
2021, 2020,
It's true.
2020.
Well, Gail, on that note,
Why didn't we talk about Birdman?
oh my god.
Oh, I remember we used to do that in Allsman. I can't right now. I miss Birdman.
If you don't know what Batman movie that's from, you suck.
Means you have to get with it.
You just have to fucking get with it.
So Thank you guys for
Thank
staying until
you.
the end. We
Thank
appreciate you.
We appreciate
And
you so much. We love you. Thank you for
are we gonna
listening.
do a mess around episode next week, or are we actually gonna do C?
Hmm.
I guess you guys will have
I
to
think
come back and
no, I
find
think
out.
we should do C because we're already like planning D as well. I think that we should stay on track. But I think that maybe after D, like in between D and E, we could do like a mess around episode.
Like a
That'd be
B and
fun.
E. That's
I
like
didn't want to do a B and E. I just wanted to break down a door. If you don't know where that's from, you need to get with it as well.
yeah. There's a lot of things you guys have to get with if you don't know. That's us right now. So, Gail, I hope you have a good week, Gail,
You have a good week too, Gail.
and I hope you guys too.
Have a Sarah Gary weekend.
Stay Gary, Sarah Gary's.
Stay Gary. Sarah Gary.
Love you guys.
Love you.